What's going on, baby? It's your boy Durag Z. We are in Azle, Texas right now. We're looking at my favorite acquisition. This property we bought last year, and we are currently renting this property. And I love how we did this particular deal because I came in no money out of pocket. I actually got paid to buy this property. Unfortunately, we can't go inside because obviously I got tenants in here. I can't disturb them. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I got this deal and the challenges that, kind of came with doing this particular deal. So we actually bought this property subject to. If you don't know what subject to is, I mean, you can simply just Google it. But subject to is when you take over the property subject to the existing mortgage. So I bought this property without no money out of my own pocket. I actually got paid to buy this deal. This was a foreclosure property, and the seller was actually going through a divorce at the time, and they owed about $40,000 to the bank. Property was worth about $275 at the time, and they owed about $250. So as a cash deal, it would never make sense. They were actually kind of upside down. Property needed about 10 grand in work. And what we did is we borrowed private money to fund the arrears of the seller. Seller owed about 50 grand. I needed an additional 10 grand for the repairs. So I borrowed private money from one of my good friends, and he gave me $60,000 out of his own pocket, and he's making a fortune. He's making over 20% ROI year after year on his money just by lending me 60 grand for this property. What my private money lender did is we got some documentation set up to protect him and his money through my attorney and the title company. And he sent the 60 grand to the title company. We basically came to an agreement with a promissory note, which was my promise to pay him back. We're gonna pay him $500 every single month on the dot, no matter if my tenant pays or doesn't pay. That's money that I have to pay him because that's my promise to pay. I still have to pay the bank on behalf of the tenant's note, and we owe the bank at least $180,000 right now. At the time, we bought the note at 200 grand, plus the $50,000 arrears, plus the 10 grand in the rehab. All that money was borrowed from my private money lender. I came out zero money out of pocket. It's my favorite deal. And right now we're cash flowing at least $600 every single month on this property. So although that these other guys were offering more than what we were offering, we still landed this deal. Why? Because we had empathy for the seller. We sat down in their kitchen table and we let them vent. The seller was actually crying, guys. That she was crying to us. And we just sat there and we were open ears and we were listening and just being honest with her in how the numbers played out. We went line by line, what the property could sell for, what she owes, what we have to do to get this property up to standard where we can rent it. And obviously, we use what's called the scorch the earth method. A lot of buyers are gonna come in here and make offers higher than what you're gonna offer. You can't let that get to you. You can't start competing with people who are offering more. That's how you don't make money in real estate. What you need to do is you need to explain to the seller, listen, these folks that are offering you this amount of money, that money ain't gonna come through in your pocket. They're gonna backdoor you and they're going to back out or renegotiate that contract once you get down to the closing table because your back is against the wall. It happens all the time. We actually pick up at least 2 to 3 deals every single month from specific scenarios just like that. So you just gotta explain that to the seller and be empathetic and let them talk. That is how you get deals at a deeper discount than what everybody else is offering. So to recap, we bought this house, zero money out of pocket, subject to, we borrowed $60,000 from my private money lender. We actually got paid 10 grand to get this deal, but we put 10 grand back into rehab to make it nice and ready to move in for our tenant. I will actually show you those pictures here in a minute, as you can see up here. And the seller left with money in hand, and we actually gave the seller a 6-month lease back for free because obviously the seller at the time, she needed time for her and her kids to finish out the school year and move out. So these things are all values that we offer to the seller, and it helped us get this deal to close, from foreclosure to rescue to rental. And now we're cash flowing $600 a month. So like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm gonna see you on the next one.